I am a fighter who every time like accepts the fight. I'm not the one who's picking like many things that this is a smart decision. Okay, let's choose who is next. No, when UFC gonna approach to me for with the next name and date, I'm here. I'm here. You know where to find me. I feel many fans they kind of like wanna see more Weili fight, and I feel this energy going around. So yeah, let's see what UFC decided.
Valentina Shevchenko drops the bombshell message to Zhang Weili. Valentina Shevchenko ready for anyone. You cannot discard any opportunities. Valentina Shevchenko down for Zhang Weili's super fight with UFC 315 win. Why not? The fight world is about to witness something unprecedented. Two of the most dominant champions in women's MMA are set to collide in what could be the biggest super fight of the year.
I would not say that I am too much familiar at this point. Definitely, I was watching so much fight of her, but never put it under the analyzing thing. Because for me, when I sign the contract, and here's my next opponent, this is the moment when I start to analyze and compare my style against her style, and like start to build up the strategy for the fight. But I feel that Weili, she is just have the same passion for martial arts, and she has this mindset, no matter what happen, and not fame, whatever, I just very loyal and just very like feel good about mixed martial arts.
Here's what we know. UFC CEO Dana White shocked the combat sports world Thursday night when he announced that Zhang Weili is officially vacating her strawweight title to move up and challenge Valentina Shevchenko for the flyweight championship at UFC 322. The event takes place November 15th at the iconic Madison Square Garden, with this champion versus champion clash serving as the co-main event. The card is headlined by a welterweight title fight between Jack Della Maddalena and former lightweight champion Islam Makhachev.
But lots of people were texting me saying that Weili loses tonight and, you know, it's over, and she was an underdog, and I bet the casinos got murdered tonight because I bet a lot of people threw money on Tatiana. But when you look at Weili, she's one of the greatest of all time, the best female fighter, you know, in the sport right now. And at the press conference, you know, Tatiana was talking about what she was going to do and what about her wrestling. And Weili said, this isn't a wrestling match, this is a fight. And she actually out-wrestled Tatiana tonight, and absolute stud. And such a huge, huge star in China for us. She trended, I want to say she trended #1.
But here's the kicker. This isn't just any title fight. This is a super fight years in the making, and both champions have been laying the groundwork for this moment. Zhang Weili, who told MMA Fighting prior to her dominant win over Tatiana Suarez at UFC 312 that she hoped it would be her final strawweight bout, is getting exactly what she wanted. She ends her 115-pound run as a two-time champion with 3 successful title defenses in her second reign. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Valentina Shevchenko's recent statements have been nothing short of explosive when it comes to this potential matchup.
Oh, now like coming before coming to his to here, so everyone was saying like Weili or Natalia, like another contender. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just like wanna maybe fans can play some role in that, and if they can like join my OnlyFans page and drop some messages who they wanna see me fight next. So I think it's gonna be we will compare who's next.
In an exclusive interview with DAZN News, just 1 week after her dominant title defense against Manon Fiorot at UFC 315, Shevchenko made it crystal clear: you cannot discard any opportunities. Everything is possible, but that's not all. When asked directly about a Zhang Weili super fight following her UFC 315 victory, the bullet was emphatic. Why not? It's an amazing fight, and I think all the fans are going to be excited to see that.
Do we have any news? You, Valentina, you, Virna, anything?
I know everybody want me with Valentina is fight. Everybody want to watch this fight.
Do you feel like you will stay at 125 or will you fight Virna or someone else at 115 after moving up?
First is win，就首先得要赢，对，然后再考虑后面发生的事情。
First, I need to win and then think about next. What's next?
Shevchenko went on to praise Weili's heart and years of elite performances, calling her a great fighter. But perhaps most telling was her fighter's mentality. I'm the kind of fighter who always accepts the fight, no matter who the UFC approaches me with. This is the champion who has cleared out her division multiple times, speaking with the confidence of someone ready for the biggest challenge possible. What makes this fight even more compelling is the history between these two warriors. This rivalry has been simmering for years, and it goes deeper than most fans realize.
To putting that triangle together, and now she's going to use some elbows as well, just to make this even more gnarly.
Aguilar's locked her hands together to try and maintain some space in this triangle position. Oh, armbar! Look at this.
There's a tap.
Wow!
What a victory there! Wow! Weili.
Zhang Weili has been vocal about wanting this fight since becoming champion in 2019. She revealed that she initially asked Dana White about facing Shevchenko after winning her title, but was told it's not the time yet. The tension escalated when Shevchenko made several pointed comments about Weili's rise. After Zhang's title-winning performance against Jessica Andrade, Shevchenko dismissed it as lucky circumstances. Following the legendary war with Joanna Jędrzejczyk at UFC 248, Shevchenko controversially stated she didn't believe Weili had won. Zhang's response? She definitely feels I can pose a threat to her.
Joanna Jędrzejczyk couldn't hang. Jessica I got kicked in her head, dropped on the floor. Liz Carmouche was beat. Caitlin Chukagian was beaten. She beat a bigger woman. Jennifer Maia as well. And Jessica Andrade, as well as Lauren Murphy. And then fought a tough fight versus Talia Santos. And then it came down to the Grasso fight, and the world was in shock. Nobody could believe that Valentina could be submitted in 2023. Everybody thought that she was going to steamroll everybody and just continue on her reign of greatness. But she got tested. She got tested by another great, Grasso, who's also waiting for a shot. And these two divisions are just so good. The strawweight and the flyweight division. And it's because of these two women. It's because of Valentina Shevchenko and Zhang Weili. They really set the bar high for the other girls in the division.
Vincent Soberano, Zhang's first MMA striking coach, revealed to SCMP MMA that facing Shevchenko has always been the goal and represents the ultimate test for the Chinese champion. Both fighters cut their teeth in the brutal Chinese kickboxing scene before transitioning to MMA, adding another layer of intrigue to this matchup. Zhang's move to flyweight creates massive ripple effects across both divisions. With Weili vacating the strawweight title, we're getting an immediate title fight to crown a new 115-pound champion. Virna Jandiroba will face Mackenzie Dern for the vacant strawweight belt at UFC 321 in Abu Dhabi on October 25th. Jandiroba has been on a tear through the division with impressive wins over Angela Hill, Marina Rodriguez, Lupi Godinez, Amanda Lemos, and Xiaonan Yan. Meanwhile, Dern brings momentum from back-to-back victories over Godinez and Lemos. At flyweight, Shevchenko recently reclaimed her throne with a dominant decision victory over Alexa Grasso in their trilogy fight at UFC 306, then successfully defended against Fiorot. She's looking to cement her legacy as the greatest flyweight of all time. Former UFC flyweight champion Demetrius Johnson dropped some intriguing insight on his YouTube channel, suggesting this could be the perfect swan song for both legends. I think both those ladies have cleared their divisions, Johnson stated. I think those two fight one more time and they can both retire in the sunset. Let the younger division, let the younger athletes have the opportunity to win the belt. They're both older. At 37, Shevchenko is in the twilight of her career, while Zhang will turn 36 in August. Both have accomplished virtually everything possible in their respective divisions. From a stylistic standpoint, this matchup is fascinating. Shevchenko's technical precision and fight IQ versus Zhang's explosive power and relentless pressure. Both are elite strikers with championship experience and the mental toughness that comes with years at the top. The size advantage will be crucial. Moving up 10 pounds is significant, but Zhang has the frame and power to make it work.
UFC strawweight champion Weili Zhang has accomplished all there is to accomplish at 115 pounds. So she's now going to vacate her title and move up and challenge Valentina Shevchenko for the flyweight championship in the co-main event of UFC 322. Number 1 pound for pound versus number 2 pound for pound. Talk about another super fight. Shevchenko's the best flyweight in UFC history and holds basically every record in the division, including most wins, most knockouts, most takedowns. And Weili is the first Chinese champion ever and one of the most dominant strawweight champions in UFC history.
UFC President Dana White has officially confirmed that this champion versus champion blockbuster will headline the UFC 322 card at Madison Square Garden on November 15th, adding his promotional weight behind what many consider to be one of the most intriguing super fights in recent memory. Valentina Shevchenko has sent a crystal-clear warning message to Zhang Weili, stating, "I'm a martial artist, I'm an MMA fighter, I'm a complete fighter, and I have to show that. You forget, but this is what my ground game looks like. It's very strong and it's on point. I am in super motivational mode to win this fight."
But I'm martial artist, I MMA fighter, I'm complete fighter, and I had to show that, like, okay, you forget, but this is what it looks my ground game. It's very strong and it's like it's on point, and I am in the like super motivational mode to win the fight. And
this is the champion versus champion super fight that will shake Madison Square Garden on November 15th at UFC 322. Let's break down this historic announcement. Zhang Weili, the two-time UFC strawweight queen, has made the boldest move of her career. She's vacating her 115-pound title to move up and challenge flyweight champion Valentina Shevchenko.
But lots of people were texting me saying that Weili loses tonight and, you know, it's over. And she was an underdog. And I bet the casinos got murdered tonight because I bet a lot of people threw money on Tatiana. But when you look at Weili, she's one of the greatest of all time, the best female fighter, you know, in the sport right now. And at the press conference, you know, Tatiana was talking about what she was going to do and what about her wrestling. And Weili said, this isn't a wrestling match, this is a fight. And she actually out-wrestled Tatiana tonight and absolute stud. And such a huge, huge star.
This isn't just any fight, folks. We're talking about the number 1 and number 2 pound-for-pound female fighters on the planet colliding in the co-main event of UFC 322. Zhang Weili enters this fight riding a 6-fight win streak, having dominated her division with 3 successful title defenses in her second reign. Her most recent victory? A dominant decision over Tatiana Suarez at UFC 312 in February. Valentina Shevchenko, the 37-year-old bullet from Kyrgyzstan, reclaimed her flyweight throne after that trilogy with Alexa Grasso and has already defended it once against Manon Fiorot. With 8 total title defenses across 2 reigns, she's widely considered the greatest flyweight in UFC history.
I am a fighter who every time like accepts the fight. I'm not the one who's picking like many things that this is a smart decision. Okay, let's choose who is next. No, when UFC gonna approach to me with the next name and date, I'm here. You know where to find me. I feel many fans, they kind of like wanna see more Weili fight, and I feel this energy going around. So yeah, let's see what UFC decided.
But here's what makes this fight even more special. Both fighters are at the absolute peak of their games, and neither is backing down from this challenge. UFC 322, a championship spectacle at Madison Square Garden. The fight world is buzzing with anticipation as UFC 322 approaches on November 15th at the iconic Madison Square Garden, headlined by one of the most intriguing championship fights in recent memory. The co-main event features a historic clash between flyweight champion Valentina Shevchenko and former strawweight queen Zhang Weili, marking another chapter in the growing trend of champions testing themselves across weight divisions.
Wow, heavy shots. Wow! Oh, clipped! And now knees to the body from Zhang. Wow! Elbows up top. This is bad for Andrade. Is this the moment? This is heavy. They're heavy knees. Minutes. This is not Weili.
The odds makers at DraftKings have this bout rated as virtually even money, with Shevchenko sitting as a razor-thin favorite at minus 115, while Zhang comes in as the slight underdog at minus 105. These odds tell the complete story. This is essentially a pick'em fight where both fighters possess legitimate paths to victory. The bookmakers' reluctance to establish a clear favorite reflects the genuine uncertainty surrounding this stylistic matchup between two elite champions from different divisions.
That's bad.
Oh, head kick. That's it. Oh, my God.
Valentina Shevchenko!
Wow.
Valentina,
Being
congratulations.
ever respectful Shevchenko.
That woman is an assassin. She is an assassin.
Body.
From a technical standpoint, this fight presents a fascinating study in contrasting styles. Shevchenko brings her trademark surgical precision striking, elite-level grappling credentials, and the physical advantages of competing at her natural weight class. The Kyrgyzstani champion has ruled the flyweight division with an iron fist, utilizing her reach and height advantages alongside her complete mixed martial arts skill set. Her championship experience at 125 pounds gives her an intimate understanding of how to maximize her physical gifts within this weight class.
That's what I'm talking about, Caitlin.
Nice knee. Now Chukagian thought about pulling guard.
Straight to a trip. Interesting. Crucifix position. Very bad for Caitlin. Very bad.
She very much accepted that takedown. Didn't
Yes.
try to fight it at all. And
Well,
this is what happens.
She was trying to pull guard and accept the takedown, and then she stopped doing that. And then Valentina made the adjustment. Now it's a terrible position.
Oh.
This easily could be the end of the fight here, and it may very well be.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
And still the best in the world by a mile. Valentina Shevchenko.
What a dominant performance. And this leaves us in.
Zhang Weili, however, brings a completely different set of tools to this championship puzzle. The Chinese powerhouse built her reputation on explosive combinations, relentless forward pressure, and a proven ability to hurt elite opponents. Her dominant run through the strawweight division showcased not just her technical skills, but her warrior mentality and championship heart. The critical question surrounding this bout centers on whether Zhang's devastating power will translate effectively against the bigger, stronger flyweight division, and whether she can solve the tactical puzzle that Shevchenko presents. The UFC 322 card extends far beyond this compelling co-main event. The main event features welterweight champion Jack Della Maddalena defending his title against former lightweight champion Islam Makhachev, creating another champion versus champion scenario that adds to the evening's prestige. This represents yet another example of elite fighters testing themselves across weight divisions, with Makhachev looking to join the exclusive club of simultaneous two-division champions.
Do we have any news? You, Valentina, you, Virna, anything?
I know everybody want me with Valentina is fight. Everybody want to watch this fight.
Do you feel like you will stay at 125, or will you fight Virna or someone else at 115 after moving up?
First is win， 就首先得要赢，对，然后再考虑后面发生的事情。
First, I need to win, and then think about next. What's next?
Let's talk about what's at stake here. If Zhang Weili wins, she joins an elite group of just 10 fighters who have held UFC titles in multiple divisions. We're talking about legends like Conor McGregor, Daniel Cormier, and Amanda Nunes. For Shevchenko, this represents a chance to cement her legacy as not just the greatest flyweight ever, but potentially the greatest female fighter period. A win over Zhang, who many consider the best strawweight in history, would be the crown jewel of her resume. Zhang's recent Instagram post says it all. Keep moving forward. Stay positive and upward. Break through everything and surpass yourself. Everything is brand new.
I have to ask, Weili's already sent her message out to you. She said, congratulations, and then everything's lined up, and then it's destiny that you two face. So I guess, is that a fight you'd be interested in? Do you have a response for Weili?
Oh, now before coming to to here, so everyone was saying like Weili or Natalia.
like another contender. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just like wanna maybe fans can play some role in that, and if they can like join my OnlyFans page and drop some messages who they wanna see me fight next. So I think it's gonna be we will compare who's next.
This isn't just about belts and rankings. This is about two warriors at the absolute pinnacle of their sport, willing to risk everything for greatness. The winner doesn't just get a title defense or a new belt. They get to claim they're the best female fighter on the planet. Mark your calendars, MMA fans. November 15th, UFC 322, Madison Square Garden. 2 queens, 2 divisions, one night that could reshape the landscape of women's MMA forever. Valentina Shevchenko has laid down the gauntlet with her warning to Zhang Weili, but the Chinese superstar didn't vacate her title to play it safe. This is going to be an absolute war. Who do you think takes it? The proven flyweight queen or the ascending strawweight legend? Let us know in the comments below. Smash that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time on MMA Central.
Honestly, I wasn't really bothered. I don't really care who I'm going to fight. So to me, like, yeah, wasn't bothered.
American fighter Gina Bishop sent a clear warning message to rising British star Dicaheva. For me, I stay ready at all times. I like it. Let's go. That's something I've always done. Fight, train, whatever competition I do, and then back on the mat the next week.
For me, I stay ready at all times.
I like it. Let's go.
That's something I've always done.
5, 4.
Fight, train, whatever competition I do, and then back on the mat the next week.
There's a tap! First round finish!
Shit up!
Bishop continued with confidence. I have the same mentality that I would for any fight. I want to win. That's the goal. My opponent, they just happen to be the person standing across from me. I just got to do what I got to do.
Bishop!
I have the same mentality that I would for any fight. I want to win. That's the goal. My opponent, they just happen to be the person standing across from me. I just got to do me.
But Dicaheva had other plans entirely. August 2nd, 2024, Nashville Municipal Auditorium. The PFL flyweight semifinal between Dicaheva and Gina Bishop was supposed to be Dicheva's toughest test yet.
We had Dakota in the parlay, and also we threw a little sprinkle on by TK or KO. I will tell you, the confidence that she's going to have now in getting up is going to be unbelievable. And there it is.
Beautiful knee from the point.
Early in the fight, Bishop seemed to have an answer. She took down the striking specialist and controlled her on the ground for nearly 2 minutes. For a moment, it looked like Bishop's warning might prove prophetic. But then came the moment that would define Dicheva's career. A devastating knee to the chin dropped Bishop instantly. In a display of supreme confidence, Dicaheva waved her opponent back to her feet. Bishop obliged, but was clearly hurt.
Back to her feet and goes immediately on the attack. Bishop in trouble. And that does it. First round finish, and Dicaheva silences the doubters.
Moments later, a crushing right hand sent Bishop crashing down again. This time, referee Blake Grice had seen enough. Fight over at 3:54 of round 1, but it was Dakota's reaction that truly shocked everyone. Dicaheva shushed the fallen Bishop in the crowd, making a statement that reverberated throughout the MMA world. In her post-fight interview, a fired-up Dicaheva didn't hold back. "I think I've proved enough just there. We don't make split decisions around here," Dicaheva declared to the stunned Nashville crowd.
But that knee right there on the button dropped her straight to her knees. Perfect shot, little hammer fist. Straight in the forehead. That puts her down again, and the referee steps in.
The Manchester native revealed the personal motivation behind her explosive performance. "It's irritating a lot of people that I keep winning. Gina, her whole team, was talking, tagging me in stories the whole tournament. She's going to join a list of cans now, so take a seat." This was Dicheva's 4th consecutive first-round finish, extending her perfect professional record to 13 wins with 11 knockouts. The victory earned her a spot in the $1 million final against former UFC title challenger Taila Santos. For Bishop, who had talked such a confident game beforehand, there truly was nothing she could do once Dicaheva found her range. 3 months later, in Saudi Arabia, Dakota Dicaheva would face her ultimate test against Brazilian veteran Tyler Santos for the PFL Flyweight Championship and the life-changing prize of $1 million.
With the rear naked choke.
Santos, with 22 wins and only 3 losses, was expected to provide Dicaheva's sternest examination. The former UFC title challenger had defeated every opponent placed in front of her since joining PFL, but history would repeat itself.
Come on in.
Down the fence. Oh,
We're ready.
so long and rangy.
Put away.
Once again, Dicaheva's striking prowess proved too much. Another devastating finish made her the first British woman to win an MMA world title, while pocketing the biggest payday in women's MMA history. Speaking exclusively after her historic victory, Dicaheva reflected on her journey. "I didn't even know that before. I thought actually I didn't. No, that would be the first one, so it was nice to hear them say that."
Yeah, I could see she couldn't see out of it like the last 30 seconds, so I'm surprised they didn't stop it straight away because that's what I was pointing at. There was no way the doctor was letting her out with that eye.
How do you feel about the performance? Dan Hardy and Brendan Loughnane were both saying you have the best knees in all of mixed martial arts right now. Regardless of division, man or woman, they say you've got the best knees. Do you agree?
Sure, it's funny because in Thai boxing, I never thought my clinch was any good. And then it came over to MMA, and now I seem to be using it all the time, so I'll take that one.
Well, you have the European flyweight strap. PFL has acquired Bellator, global MMA powerhouse, endless possibilities. What's next for Dakota Dicaheva?
Anything. Give me whoever you want. Get me to fight wherever you want. I'll stay in Europe. I'll go to America. I'll clean them all out. Just give them to me one by one.
But perhaps the most remarkable moment came not during the fight, but immediately after, when Dakota received her championship belt from a very special person. Dakota's mother, herself a former world boxing champion, presented her daughter with the PFL flyweight title in an unprecedented moment in combat sports history. It was a bit of a surreal moment, you know, like one world champion to another, mother to daughter. It was like something that no other fighters get to experience. I feel like I've got a really unique relationship like that.
Must have been so emotional for you.
Yeah, it was a bit of a surreal moment, you know, like one world champion to another, mother to daughter was like something that, well, no other like fighters get to experience that. So I feel like I've got a really unique, you know, relationship like that. And it was just amazing.
The family connection runs deep in the Dicaheva household. Dakota revealed she used to spar with her mother during training. She used to let me pad up, put the body pad on, head guard, spar me back, and I used to have a better spar with her than I did other people. When asked about the unusual dynamic of fighting her own mother, even in training, Dakota laughed. "We were definitely not going all out for sure. She would probably have knocked me out at that point anyway."
Used to maybe like pad up, put the body pad on, head guard, spar me back, and I used to have a better spar with her than I did other people.
Wow. So are you punching your mum?
Yeah. But she's also punching her daughter as well.
Yeah, no, I know. What was that like? How do you mentally do that? Because it's your mum, right?
Yeah,
so you can't.
no. We're definitely not going all out for sure. She would probably have knocked me out at that point anyway, but yeah.
I mean, she knows what she's doing,
Oh,
obviously,
she knows what
right?
she's doing, yeah. So we're both kind of chilling a little bit, but it is a bit strange to be like sparring and hitting your mum. But same with your brother as well. It's strange.
With her championship secured and $1 million richer, Dakota Dicaheva has firmly established herself as the face of women's flyweight MMA. The 26-year-old from Manchester has become PFL's poster girl, but she's not content to rest on her achievements. Despite criticism about her level of competition, expert analyst Adam Catterall believes Dicaheva is the most exciting fighter in the women's game.
In your division, in the flyweight, or even in the field of PFL,
yeah,
he thinks you're the most exciting fighter in the women's game. I mean, that's you know, for Adam to say that, who knows so much about the sport. When you hear something like that, that must make you incredibly proud.
Yeah, it does, but I also try and like not get too like ahead of myself. Like there's other talented fighters out there.
When it comes to her future, Dicaheva remains focused on continuous improvement. I say this all the time. Any nice comments I get are the same as hate ones. I don't really tend to read them. It's nice to hear sometimes, but I just want to keep doing what I'm doing and just stay in that mindset of just keep working hard.
So I'm kind of just going to keep doing my thing. And I say this all the time, like any nice comments I get are the same as hate ones. I don't really tend to read them. It's nice to hear sometimes, but I just want to keep doing what I'm doing and just stay on that like mindset of just keep working hard.
So would you give it another year in the PFL? Is that the plan to keep staying in the PFL, or eventually do you want to go to the UFC?
I mean, I'm definitely with PFL because I'm in contract for at least another year anyway. So I've definitely not finished with them yet. I've got lots of things in the pipeline that we could possibly do. But I think competition-wise is where everyone's kind of thinking you need to go to the UFC, because they do see me as the top girl in PFL, especially now I've beat Santos. You know, everyone thought she beat UFC world champion Valentina. So everyone's kind of a little bit like, before that fight, it was like, how good is really Dakota? You know, like she's not fought anyone type thing. And then when I beat her, now it's like, oh, well, who are you going to...
While speculation grows about a potential move to the UFC, Dicaheva remains committed to PFL for now, with hopes of bringing a major card to her hometown of Manchester. From Gina Bishop's confident warning to Dakota Dichaveva's $1 million statement, this story perfectly captures the unpredictable nature of mixed martial arts. Bishop came ready to fight, but met a force of nature in Dicaheva, a fighter who has quite literally knocked out every challenge placed before her. With 14 professional fights and 14 victories, 12 by knockout, the question is no longer whether Dakota Dicaheva belongs among the elite, but rather who can possibly stop her. As she settles into the Christmas season with a world title belt and a 7-figure bank balance, one thing is certain: Dakota Dicaheva has announced herself as the new queen of women's flyweight MMA. That's all from Fight Night News, and we'll see you next time when the cage door closes and the real stories begin.
Bro, she's a killer. She's a killer. She's the future of MMA, and I think that she's only getting better. She's young, she's hungry, she's disciplined, she's motivated. She's got a good head on her shoulders. She's got a great team around her. I think that the sky's the limit for her.
Come on in.
Down the fence.
Ooh. We're ready.
So long and rangy.
Put away.
The UFC flyweight division might want to take notice, because there's a storm brewing across organizations. After Kayla Harrison's bold proclamation that Dakota Dicaheva is a killer and the future of MMA, another veteran fighter has stepped forward with an even more direct warning about the British sensation.
Not in the UFC yet, but look at Dakota Dicaheva. She is a scary striker, and she's an amazing athlete, right? But her mom was Muay Thai world champion, so she came up in this sport and has been doing it her whole entire life.
Today, we're breaking down why Juliana Killer Miller's latest comments about Dakota Dicaheva have sent shockwaves through the MMA community, and whether this undefeated PFL champion could be the biggest problem the UFC women's flyweight division has never faced. Let's start with the bombshell that's got everyone talking. Juliana Killer Miller, the veteran fighter known for her no-nonsense approach, didn't mince words when asked about Dakota Dichaveva's striking prowess and perfect 15-0 record. Miller stated, and I quote, "Dakota isn't just another prospect. She's a legitimate threat to every girl in the UFC flyweight division. Her striking is surgical, her power is real, and that 15-0 record isn't padded with easy fights. The UFC girls better wake up, because this British fighter is coming, and she's bringing problems they've never seen before."
Here we go! Right on the money, baby!
Now, this isn't just random hype. Miller has been in there with elite competition throughout her career, so when she calls someone a legitimate threat, people listen. But what makes this warning even more significant is the timing.
It's going to be unbelievable.
Just weeks after Kayla Harrison, now the UFC bantamweight champion, called Dicaheva a killer and the future of MMA, we're seeing more established fighters echoing these sentiments. Harrison knows elite talent when she sees it, having trained alongside Dicaheva at American Top Team.
Bro, she's a killer. She's a killer. She's the future of MMA, and I think that she's only getting better. She's young, she's hungry, she's disciplined, she's motivated. She's got a good head on her shoulders. She's got a great team around her. I think that the sky's the limit for her.
Let's talk numbers, because that 15-0 record isn't just impressive. It's downright terrifying for future opponents. Here's what makes Dakota Dicaheva so dangerous. She's finished 14 out of her 15 professional wins. That's a 93% finish rate that would make even the most elite UFC fighters jealous. Her most recent victory came against former UFC title challenger Taila Santos, and she didn't just beat Santos, she became the first person to ever finish her.
Me to never fuck nobody without telling me. Right back, oh, big nasty.
But it's not just the numbers, it's how she's getting these finishes. Dicaheva has been dropping opponents with devastating body shots that leave them crumpled on the canvas. Her Muay Thai background, remember, she was a world champion before transitioning to MMA, gives her striking combinations that most fighters have never encountered.
Watch them, vale, manca un minuto e mezzo. Un minuto e mezzo, vale. Attenta che entra la ginocchiata. Protect yourself, you better than that. Vale, ti muovi meglio. Ha detto che ti devi muovere. Walk, Valentina, throw the shot. Capisci, vale, fai la matta. You can't open that over. You gotta pull and go to the back. Okay. You gotta circle away and get the kick. Fucking you are it. Time, ladies and gentlemen. Danger.
Look at that. Look at this. Look at this.